Picture this. Sofia is 33, renting a one-bedroom for $2,800 a month, with $80,000 saved for a down payment. 18 months ago, a mortgage at 7% felt too expensive, so she decided to wait for rates to come down before buying anything. She's still waiting. She's paid $50,400 in rent since then, money that bought her nothing but a mailing address. And the home she almost bought 18 months ago now costs $24,000 more than it did back then. Let's find out whether waiting actually saved her anything at all. My name is Joey, and on this channel, I want to teach you how to save, invest, use, and grow your money so you can have more freedom and retire earlier without depending on the government. Subscribe to the channel and like this video.
I'll just wait until rates come down is one of the most common financial decisions in America right now, and it's rarely treated as a decision at all. It feels more like common sense, the responsible thing to do while conditions are unfavorable. And there's a real reason rates feel especially worth waiting out this year. The 30-year Treasury yield, the benchmark that mortgage rates track most closely, recently hit its highest level since 2007. That's not a small detail. It means the bet that rates will drop meaningfully anytime soon is a weaker bet than it's been in almost 2 decades, even though it doesn't feel that way when you're the one making the decision. Here's why this specific trap catches Henry's more than almost anyone else. You're analytical. You've been taught, correctly, to run the numbers before making a big financial commitment. So don't overpay on the rate sounds exactly like the kind of disciplined thinking this channel usually recommends. The problem is that waiting isn't actually a neutral, cost-free position. It's a bet with its own math, and almost nobody runs the numbers on the bet itself, only on the rate they're trying to avoid.
While you wait, 2 things are happening whether you're watching them or not. The home you want is very likely still appreciating, and the rent or opportunity cost of staying put is still leaving your account every single month. Waiting isn't free. It's just priced in a way that doesn't show up on the one number everyone's fixated on. Let's run Sofia's actual numbers. 18 months ago, a $400,000 home, 20% down, $80,000, a $320,000 loan at 7%. Monthly principal and interest, approximately $2,129. She waited. Rates did ease slightly, down to 6%. But home prices in her market rose about 4% a year over that stretch, a realistic, unremarkable appreciation rate, nothing dramatic. That same home is now $424,000. Her $80,000 saved is still $80,000. It didn't grow to keep pace with the home price, so her down payment is now a smaller share of a bigger number, a $344,000 loan instead of $320,000.
Run that loan at the new, lower 6% rate. Monthly principal and interest comes out to approximately $2,062. Compare that to the $2,129 she could have locked in 18 months ago at the higher rate on the smaller, cheaper home. She saved approximately $67 a month by waiting through an entire real estate cycle for a better rate. Now count what the wait actually cost. 18 months of rent at $2,800, $50,400. All of it gone, none of it building equity. The $24,000 of appreciation on the home happened regardless of whether she owned it. She just wasn't the one who got to keep it. Add those together, and the wait for a better rate strategy cost her somewhere north of $74,000 to save $67 a month. At that monthly savings rate, it would take over 90 years of the lower payment just to recoup what the waiting itself cost her. This is the part almost nobody calculates. The rate is the number everyone fixates on, but it's rarely the number that actually decides whether waiting was worth it. The rate is one input in a much bigger equation, and it's usually the smallest one.
Now, you might be thinking, rates could still drop further, and prices could still cool off. Waiting isn't always this costly. That's true, and it's exactly why this feels like a safe, disciplined choice in the moment. But notice what that reasoning actually requires. Correctly predicting 2 separate, genuinely unpredictable markets, mortgage rates and home prices, moving in your favor at the same time, by enough to beat what you gave up while you waited to find out what you waited. There's a specific bias driving this, loss aversion applied to a rate instead of a dollar amount.
Locking in 7% feels like a loss compared to some future better rate, even though it's not a loss at all. It's simply today's price for today's decision. Meanwhile, the actual measurable losses, the rent, the appreciation you missed, don't register the same way because they're diffuse, monthly, and don't come with a single number stamped on a mortgage document that says you overpaid.
And there's a sunk time trap layered on top. The longer you've already waited, the harder it feels to just act, because acting now seems to admit the wait wasn't necessary. That feeling isn't information. It's just the discomfort of a bet not resolving the way you hoped. And it applies just as much to waiting for the right time to invest as it does to waiting for the right mortgage rate. First, separate the decision to buy from the decision about the rate. If the home fits your budget and your life at today's rate, that's the actual decision. The rate is a separate, later decision you get to revisit. Second, run your own version of Sofia's math before deciding to wait. Your realistic monthly cost of waiting, rent or opportunity cost, a reasonable local appreciation estimate, and what a modest rate improvement would actually save you on your specific loan size. In most markets, the numbers land closer to Sofia's than people expect.
Third, remember that a mortgage rate isn't permanent. You can refinance later if rates genuinely drop, but you can't retroactively buy a home at last year's price. This is the marry the house, date the rate logic. Commit to the home based on what you can afford today and treat a future rate drop as a bonus you can capture through refinancing, not a precondition for acting at all. Finally, this same math applies beyond housing. Waiting for the market to dip before investing has the identical structure. A real, measurable cost, time out of the market, missed contributions, traded for an uncertain, unpredictable benefit. Dollar cost averaging into the market on a schedule beats waiting for a better entry point for the same reason buying at today's rate usually beats waiting for a better one. The cost of waiting is certain, and the benefit of waiting almost never is. Sofia didn't make a bad decision by wanting a better rate. She made an expensive one by treating wait and see as free. And most people run that exact same math without ever writing it down. Subscribe to the channel. Every week, I break down the real math behind financial decisions that feel cautious but aren't. Next video, the exact math on renting versus buying. Run all the way through. No assumptions left unchecked. I'll see you there.